Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Here I will explain about CLT or Communicative English Language. What is CLT? Do you know? CLT or Communicative Language Teaching can be understood as a set of principles about the goals of language teaching. How learners learn language, the kind of classroom activities that best facilitate learning, and roles of teacher and learners in the classroom. Characterizes communicative language teaching. Number 1, people learn language best when using it to do things rather than through studying how language works and practicing rules. Number 2, grammar is no longer important in language teaching. And people learn a language through communicating in it. Errors are not important in speaking language. CLT is not only concerned with teaching speaking. Classroom activities should be meaningful and involve real communication. Dialogues are not used in CLT. Both accuracy and fluency are goals in CLT. And the last, CLT is usually described as a method of teaching. And the next, current trend in communicative language teaching. Communicative approach has been widely implemented because it describes a set of very general principles grounded in the notion of communicative competence as the goal of second and foreign language teaching, and a communicative syllabus and methodology as the way of achieving this goal. Communicative language teaching has continued to evolve as our understanding of the process of second language learning has developed. Current communicative language teaching theory and practice thus draws on a number of different educational paradigms and traditions. And since it draws on a number of diverse sources, there is no single or agreed upon set of practice that characterize current communicative language teaching. Rather, communicative language teaching today refers to a set of generally agreed upon principles that can be applied in different ways depending on the teaching context, the age of the learners, their level, their learning goals, and so on. The following core assumptions are variants of the underlying current practice in communicative language teaching. Below, the 10 core assumptions of current communicative language teaching. The first, second language learning is facilitated when learners are engaged in interaction and meaningful communication. Effective classroom learning tasks and exercise provide opportunities for students to negotiate meaning, expand their language research, notice how language is used, and take part in meaningful interpersonal engagement. Next, meaningful communication results from student processing content that is relevant, purposeful, interesting, and engaging. Communication is a holistic process that often calls upon the use of several language skills or modalities. Language learning is facilitated both by activities that involve inductive or discovery learning of underlying rules of language use and organization, as well as by those involving language analysis and reflection. Language learning is a gradual process that involves creative use of language and trial and error. Although errors are a a normal project of learning, the ultimate goal of learning is to be able to use the new language but accurately and fluently. Learners develop their own roads to language learning progress at different rates and have different needs and motivation for language learning. Successful language learning involves the use of effective learning and communication strategies. The role of the teacher in the language classroom is that of a facilitator who creates a classroom climate conducive to language learning and provides opportunities for students to use and practice the language and to reflect on language use and language learning. And the last is the classroom is a community where learners learn through collaboration and sharing. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you for your nice attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.